Filipinos' health is at risk, and all it takes is just one mosquito bite. Dengue cases are rapidly rising, and it might even be worse than what we've seen before. So, what's causing all this? And is the government doing enough? Dengue isn't new to the Philippines. It's been an ongoing health crisis for years. Reports of dengue appeared in the Philippines as early as 1906, and the first ever epidemic of dengue was reported in Manila in 1953. Spread by the Aedes aegypti mosquito, dengue, also known as breakbone fever due to the muscle and joint pain that it causes, can lead to bleeding, organ failure, and even death in severe cases. The situation has just been more alarming for 2025. Earlier this year, the Department of Health reported a 64% increase in dengue cases. Most specifically, 52,008 recorded cases from January 1 to February 22, 2025. That's 20,000 cases higher than the recorded number of cases in the same period last year. There have also been reports from multiple news sources about the rise of cases in different provinces. In Cavite, there were more than 600 cases recorded from January to February, while Occidental Mindoro recorded more than 200 cases of dengue from January until recently, March 15. So, what's driving the spike?
My name is Carla Marie Clemente Miralao. I'm an obstetrician based in Tarlac. I also am the medical officer at Philippine Red Cross Tarlac chapter. And maliban sa OB, tumitingin din ako ng general medicine. So, okay lang na pag-usapan natin ng dengue.
We need to understand how it all starts. Mosquitoes thrive in urban areas, breeding in stagnant water that can be found in flower pots, buckets, discarded tires, and the like. Not all mosquitoes carry the virus, but it's a risk no one can really afford to take. To add to that, people with a greater risk of catching the virus are those who mainly stay or work in places with stagnant water.
Yung mga congested na areas, syempre sila yung mas merong risk na may mga standing water na breeding ground ng mosquito.
Another thing to consider about dengue is how lethal it is for children, because kids in general have a weaker immune system compared to adults. The virus can cause them to have a low platelet count and organ failure.
Yung extremes of age, yung very young and very advanced age. Kasi yung very advanced age, usually yan meron na silang comorbidities like hypertension, diabetes, meron ng ibang sakit. So, konting infection, kung meron ka ng comorbidities like may ibang coexisting na sakit, mas mahirap siyang i-eradicate. Yung immune system nung elderly compared sa'yo na healthy, mas mababa. Sa young naman, kung nakita nyo yung data ng, unfortunately, yung deaths ng dengue, mas marami sa bata. Kasi, ganun din, yung immune system, hindi pa ganun ka-mature. So, kunyari kung yung 5-year-old nakatira sa slum area, hindi top proper yung nutrition, tapos bata pa siya, hindi pa ganun fully developed, talagang mas prone siya. Ang problema, kunyari kung hindi rin nakaka-access agad sa medical attention, so kadalasan yung mga namamatay na dengue bata. Yung bata, maliit, kumpara sa adult na yung fluid sa katawan, pag nag-dehydrate or kung nagkaroon ng problema sa fluids, then di ba yung imbalance ng fluid, yun yung pwedeng makadagdag eh. Yung bata kasi, dahil kukonti pa lang ang fluid sa katawan, konting bawas o konting dagdag overflow or konting dehydration na, mas madaling mag-cause ng problems yun dahil maliit lang siya. Konti lang yung water content niya, sabihin mo na ganun, compare sa adult din. Kaya talagang mas prone yung bata, maliban doon sa hindi pa ganun ka-mature yung immune system. Nagko-contract agad, ito yung medical term na, nagko-contract yung fluids niya agad.
The Department of Health Assistant Secretary Albert Francis Domingo says that climate change might be the reason for the spike in cases this year.
We are looking at climate change. People say it's the climate crisis already. As far as we are concerned, it's the difference in climate.
Dengue season usually happens alongside the wet season, which starts around June or July. But, due to climate change, we have been seeing more rainfall during the months of January and February. These rainfall patterns lead to stagnant water where dengue mosquitoes breed.
Indirectly, meron din effect talaga yung climate change doon sa, kung tinatanong mo kung mag-worsen yung conditions. Ang pinaka magiging problem niyan, yung access doon sa areas ng health. Kung kunyari, di ba, nagbumagyo, limited yung access ng aid, yung may dala ng gamot, lahat ng makakatulong sa dun sa nasalanta, di ba? So, di ba, effect ng global warming yun, tumadaming typhoons, sa ganyan. So, sa developing countries, medyo problem yun. Actually, hindi lang sa dengue, pero kung magko-concentrate tayo sa dengue, kunyari yung bumagyo, tapos may baha. Kunyari, nasira lahat ng roads kung papasok doon sa certain barrio or sitio na yon. Yung standing water, pwedeng yun yung number one din na babantayan mo doon, no? Pero yung help na papasok doon, like yung treatment para doon sa dengue or yung matransfer yung dengue patient from yung barangay papunta doon sa hospital or doon sa referral center na magtitreat noon, magkakaroon ng problema talaga.
There have been multiple efforts on combating the rise of dengue cases. Barangays have been executing fogging operations, but a barangay from Mandaluyong launched an initiative that raised a lot of eyebrows. Barangay Addition Hills introduced a reward system called May Piso sa Mosquito, where residents are encouraged to collect mosquitoes in exchange for 1 peso each. The DOH has mentioned that this is counterproductive and that this might encourage residents to breed more mosquitoes instead of eradicating them.
Kasi if you are eradicating the vector and not the breeding site of the vector, mas mahihirapan kang ialisin yung dengue. Ano yon? Adult na yung mosquito na pinapatay. So, dapat before pa maging adult, para maiwasan maging carrier ng dengue yung mosquito, before pa siya mag-develop into an adult na nagsasak na ng blood, dapat na eradicate na.
The DOH has encouraged people to participate in their campaign, Alas 4 Contra Dengue instead, where Filipinos are urged to clean their surroundings every 4 p.m., while wearing protective clothing such as long sleeves and pants.
Now, moving on to whether dengue affects our environment. Well, yes, indirectly they do. Since everyone is afraid of the virus, people deal with it by spraying insecticide, which leads to chemical fogging, which can be bad for the life enveloped by it. Finally, what does the future hold for us regarding dengue? Since the Philippines is a tropical country, the climate favors the reproduction rate of mosquitoes, which explains why we're in the lead when it comes to reports of dengue cases. But we've been doing everything we can to fight against it, such as the development of vaccines like Dengvaxia and Qdenga to give us lower risks of getting the virus.